Hello viewers, it's Super GT here. Welcome to some R-Class gameplay, some very rare gameplay for you today, where I actually venture into the R-Class, which I rarely ever do. But this first clip at least is about trolling the trolls, the people who tried to get you, but it ends up with you actually getting them pretty damn good. So we're going to go through the first lap here, a pretty standard first lap really. So in the McLaren 12C in our class, tuned up to 897, this Ferrari is just going to go flying off to the left. I think he got made contact with the Radical and he's going to go off to the other configuration, but that is not the one we're doing today. We're doing the short version, and down the hill into the chicane, the Radical is going to go slightly defensive. It's going to put him into a bad line for the right-hander, and he's gone wide on the exit. I've gone through into first. Now that was really quite easy in the end. The two people I had to overtake pretty much just throwing themselves off the track for me. And then moving ahead to lap 3, this Koenigsegg is very laggy and has gone off very wide. Now I was very suspicious of that coming into the chicane, lap number 3. Now looking behind here, he's just going to go flying in without braking, and off he goes onto the gravel. Unfortunately for him, that was an epic fail. And we're going to move ahead to lap number 4. So the troll there just got completely done in. And then this is another version of the same kind of thing. And the Mercedes is just going to pump me off into the wall. I bounce off, don't lose much time. He tries to go into the back of me. I'm just going to move to the side and brake. And off he goes. It's very easy. And he has lost a lot of time there trying to smash me off. But in the end, I come out victorious against the troll. Now this Mercedes is going to rejoin the track and just go across the track as you do in Forza. Just rejoin and try to cut up all of the traffic that is oncoming. In the end, it was an easy victory, so I wasn't too worried about the trolling. In fact, I quite enjoyed it. And then we move ahead to the circuit of the Americas. This track, I'm not quite sure about this one, but off the line we are going to let everyone go past here, which makes it more interesting. So into turn 1 we go down into 11th. The Ford GT there is going to make contact with the Lamborghini. The Lamborghini is just going to stop in front of me. Not sure what he was thinking. I go to go left and he goes left, so I go right, and I'm eventually through past him. And then I'm in 9th out of 11, so 9-11 confirmed on all that, inside job, etc. Now I'm up to 8th, so I guess it's not confirmed. And then the Ford GT, no, not the Ford GT, the Aston Martin, sorry, is ever so slightly wide. And coming through this very tricky and technical section, the Aston Martin is going to go ever so slightly deep. And by so slightly deep, I mean just extremely deep. And he's off. And I'm into 7th at the back of the top 7. Looking at the back of the Ford Capri now, coming into the hairpin, proceeding the very long straight. I got the inside, but he wants the apex, so I'm going to be forced over the curb. Make contact with the BMW, but we do just about get away. At the end of the straight, the Ford did go back past me, and then coming through the left-hander, he kind of edges me wide, but moves back to the left-hand side, giving me the space. Again, he kind of wants the apex there, not really giving me too much space, but then I don't give him much space on the exit either. So we're kind of giving each other a bit of a hard time, and then through into the long right-hander here at the end of the Circuit of the Americas lap. The BMW is just going to go in too hot, and he's just going to go wide. Off he goes. That's a free position behind the Nismo Super GT car now, into the second to last turn. He goes a little bit too hot in as well, and then he's off onto the artificial grass or whatever it is, and then through the final turn just can't quite get the power down because he was slow, but he was in the way. I had nowhere to go. All I could have done is gone into the back of him or just driven off the track. And then into turn 1, he's on the brakes very early, which gives me the opportunity around the outside. He can't quite get his power down, and there we go, I'm through into 4th. So now it's a matter of trying to catch up with the top 3, who managed to get quite a sizable gap by this point, although I can see them just around these 3 corners here. There are all 3 of them line astern, a couple of corners ahead. So pretty much a matter of just trying to keep calm, try to hit your apexes and not do what this guy has done ahead in the Ferrari and spin out, although he doesn't actually lose a position, just time. So moving ahead to slightly further around the lap, I have managed to catch up to the 458 right on his tail now into this long right-hander. Now this left-hander has a very open entry, so it pretty much opens you up to being overtaken, as was the case there. He does come for a switchback though, but unfortunately for him that is the outside line for the right-hander. I'm just going to shepherd him wide onto the curb. There's nowhere he can go. He could have either bailed out or just driven over the curb. Either way I would have won that little battle. Coming into the final turn now, the BMW on the left hand side there, I think he had a collecting with the Radical up in the lead, and then he just couldn't quite recover his car, losing quite a lot of time, although he has settled down into third position. He's coming across the line onto lap 3. We're going to move ahead to about halfway through the lap. So the BMW managed to follow me through the tricky technical section around the first sector of the lap into the hairpin, quite deep in, losing a bit of time. The BMW is going to get better momentum. That BMW is a seriously fast car for this class. It was so planted through that technical section, and it just was not giving up any time. And as you can see as well, down the straight it really is very fast as well. But then on the brakes, I think I have the slightly better brakes. And going up the inside, is he going to go for a cutback? Not quite. I have the inside line anyway for the next turn. Now this class is quite strange because it's quite a mix between out and out race cars, and then you have a lot of people in the hypercars. But I don't think the hypercars are really that good in this class. Perhaps on the straight line speed tracks like Le Mans Mulsanne or Road America West version, or the East version, sorry, one of the straights. But other than that, I think these race cars tend to win. But coming into the second to last turn, the Radical's going for a very peculiar line across the curb, losing him a lot of time. Now into the final turn, he's going to get very close here. The BMW I see on the proximity area is going to go flying off to the right. That puts me off ever so slightly. Am I going to have enough momentum over the line? It doesn't look like I have. I'm going to finish second. At that last moment there, the critical moment, I just could not quite get the power down as I went over the curb. I was ever so slightly put off by that guy behind. But we're going to go to a bonus clip here quickly. So this was my very first race in the class, and off the line, I don't go off the line, and I'm going to get rear-ended, not once, but then as we go into the first turn, here's the second time. So it's clear that I like getting rear-ended, and that is not a very appropriate language for, you know, a child's racing game. But as we move ahead into turn number 3, it's going to kick off ever so slightly here. So the Lykan Hypersport goes flying off to the left. The Nismo GTR is very slow. Two people collecting each other on the inside. I'm into third somehow. Don't know what I've done to deserve that. The Zonda is slow on the outside, smashing the cones out of the way. The Ferrari 458 on my left hand side. It's a drag battle between the two of us, and I am on the inside line, so I'm going to have the high ground here for Stowe Corner. And I'm just going to edge him out wide. There's nothing he can do about that. Coming into the club corner, the Ferrari's looking up the inside, but he is in too deep, and he's trying to keep up above in his head instead of going under, and I'm back into the lead. In the end, it was a very easy and comfortable victory. So that is going to close off the video. I hope you have enjoyed this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts. As always, let me know the best cars for our class. I'm very new to it, so let me know your opinions on the class. Subscribe if you'd like to see more of the same. Hit the like button, and hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.